When I see Jesus of Nazareth, in accordance with the Gospels, I saw a man who likes to come to visit people to teach something. It's a special teaching. It's like Jesus wants to re-educate people. Because I know who is a Pharisee. A Pharisee is a very important person in the community who is a wealthy person and also a very educated person. Maybe he has titles of doctorate, PhD degree in something, in law, in the scriptures, in the Torah. But maybe the Pharisees, need to learn something else that they don't know yet. What is the plan of Jesus? I received the invitation from you, Mr. Pharisee. Thank you. I am here, and what I see is that your friends, your guests, are fighting to take the first position in your living room, in your table. They are good people, but they need to learn something. You, guest of Mr. Pharisee, I would like to let you know that maybe you can be humble to wait until your host invites you to come to the first place. While that, maybe you can rest, sit down in the last of the row for a while. Don't fight for the first position. Mr. Pharisee, I know who you are, but also the next time, invite those who will not repay you, will not pay you back your meal, your invitation. These people are not here in this room. They are outside. They are people with many different calamities. Maybe they want to repay you, but they can't. I know, Mr. Pharisee, this is a wealthy house. You are a wealthy man, and you have a wealthy people. And I can see the table is full of wealthy salad and wealthy chicken. Delicious. But that people, maybe they have not wealthy food, but they prepare delicious enchiladas, delicious tacos. Huh? Maybe if you invite them, they will bring something with them in order to share with you their own being, their own life through their gift. I like Jesus. I remember Jesus as I remember my grandma, Domitila. Domitila was her name. My grandma, the mother of my mother, she always was ready to re-educate us when we are going to visit some other house. She was very concerned about our behavior. Tito, Henry, Ever, Oliver, Jersey, you, we are going to visit La Tía Matilde, Aunt Matilde. You will behave. Is more. Go first to the bathroom before we leave from here. Don't go to Matilde and say, oh, I want the bathroom, Tia Matilde. No? And if la Tia Matilde offer you something to eat, say, oh, thank you, Tia Matilde. I am full now. Behave. Do not disappoint me, because I will see you again in home. And I will not talk with you. Mi abuelita Domitila, my grandma, used to be a very gentle person, but also she was a very repressed person. I remember when I see Jesus, the memories of my grandma Domitila. Well, yes, maybe because frequently I saw Jesus in her, teaching us how to behave, how to be in community, in a collective ground, to share with others what we have. Tito, never eat before others if they had nothing to eat. Wow. If you will eat before others, you must share what you're eating. Jesus talking. Re-education. Re-education here is the word commended to the Christianity. For me, Christianity, as a pastor, as a believer, Christianity is the platform that Jesus made with his sacrifice of life to re-educate people for justice, mercy, and love. These three axes, the main point of the ethic of the kingdom of God. To re-educate for justice. Justice. Justice is not the obedience necessarily of the law. Could be. I know many laws that are very unjust laws. But justice is the principle of the heaven to include other in my table. Knowing that he will not repay to me anything. To involve other, the different, the unwealthy, the hungry people, the poor. Jesus' plans in Luke 4:16-19 is very clear. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me because I came to preach the gospel to the poor. I remember Monsignor Arnulfo Romero in El Salvador when he said in the 80s, in the midst of the struggle situation, political, social, economic, repression situation in El Salvador, Monsignor Romero was re-educated by the gospel, and he said, I discovered that the gospel is for everybody with a preferential option to the poor. He read again the gospel. He was re-educated. He was a wealthy neo-Pharisee in his Catholic church during that time, and he was converted by the gospel of the poor. How much our churches, we must to relearn the good news of the gospel of Jesus with the preferential option to the poor. The second axis for me is mercy. But mercy is something that we need to learn. Again, mercy is not compassion. Compassion never is enough. Maybe it could be involved a good sentiment, a good feeling to share with others what I am and what I have. But compassion is not enough. Mercy means solidarity. To put my life in the shoes of the other who is different than me, who came to live in our midst without document, empty of English, American culture. Let me put myself in his shoes because I want to be acting in solidarity with him, to understand that he doesn't know how to live in our midst. He's different. Mr. Pharisee, can you see, Mr. Pharisee? There are many people outside. They are from Damascus, Capernaum, Nazareth, Guadalajara, Guatemala, Costa Rica. They are there, waiting for your invitation. Be merciful. Solidarity with them, to let them understand that they have a place to be, that they are in some way like us, human beings, creatures of the Holy God. We remember perfectly the parable of the Good Samaritan. It's the same way. The stranger, the other, he took the responsibility for who was almost dying on the road. Love is the third axis. How to love. Love is a feeling. Love prepares ourselves to share the best of us to others. We are capable to write many different songs and hymns about love. But to land on the reality with love is something that we need to learn, to be re-educated, to love. How to love those who are different than me. I am almost a cinnamon color here. Maybe you're white, you're black. You are chocolate colored skin. When we see each other, we need to learn how to share my love with you and receive your love to me. Mr. Pharisee, the next time that you will invite somebody to your house, invite the black, the Latinos, Laotians, Asians, Europeans, whatever they are. Don't be an elitist person. And don't promote segregationism. Mr. Pharisee, I need you working in my kingdom of God, in my plan. I invite you to learn justice, to practice mercy, and to love.